Hey guys, welcome to the first part of this week's Coffee and Hero show, where I go through everything new into the store in terms of graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibus collections, and everything in between as well. So just before I get started, as always, just a reminder for the in-store signing in a few weeks. Saturday the 4th of November, which is going to be Derek Landy, the creator of Skullduggery Pleasant, and PJ Holden, artist on the first ever Skullduggery Pleasant graphic novels. So we're going to have stuff in from both of them as well, just beyond Skullduggery Pleasant, but I definitely think this is one for Skullduggery Pleasant fans. It's the one of only two signings in the whole of the UK that is both the artist and the writer. It's the only signing Derek's doing in Belfast. So yeah, we feel pretty lucky to get those guys, really cool guys. Obviously check out the podcast as well, which we interviewed them a few weeks back, previewing the signing event, and then just chatting about everything in between. So just a wee reminder for that before we jump in here. And as I say, it's a big week this week in terms of what we've ordered in. I've tried to get some good horror stuff in, with obviously the spooky season in mind. I've tried to get in some number ones, fill some gaps, that kind of thing in the back catalogue. So first off, Saga Volume 1 should be a cornerstone of any comic store. One of the single greatest independent comics of the last 20 years and beyond. Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples. Always worth it if you haven't jumped in yet. I always call it Star Wars for adults. It's part of the Image first volume sort of price thing where they're always $10, so £9 for that if you want to jump in. Speaking of the spooky season, we have 30 Days of Night, the deluxe edition. So 30 Days of Night was another big independent book. You know, it was one of the first ones that made its way over to film successfully. Really good film with Josh Hartnett in it. And with this one, you have the original trilogy all in one place. So you have 30 Days of Night, you've got Dark Days, and then you've got Return to Barrow. There's also an annual that's included in this that was out in 2004, and then tons of behind the scenes stuff, journals, galleries, character art, sourcebook pages for each series, and everything in between as well. Really definitive edition for any of you 30 Days of Night fans out there. Out this week is Berserker Volume 3, so we're finishing off the main run of Berserker. It has continued on in some one-shots, but with this one, this collects Berserker 9 to 12, so you can now get the entire 12-issue run in trade paperback form. So that's new this week. Also new this week is Dark Ride Volume 2. Imagine Disneyland, but instead of the most wonderful place on earth, it's the most horrifying place on earth. Scariest place on earth. So it's a theme park designed with horror in mind. And then a murder takes place, someone goes in to investigate. Very good stuff. Really fun. And this is Joshua Williamson and Andre Bressan. Cool Epic Collection, perfect time for spooky season as well, is Ghost Rider Danny Ketch, the Epic Collection. So this is subtitled Vengeance Reborn. This goes into Ghost Rider 1 to 12. You also have Mark Spector Moon Knight issues, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme issues, and some material for Marvel Comics Presents as well. Volume 1 covers 1990 and 1991. One for you Kaiju fans, we have the Giant Kaiju, which is written by Jerry Dugan, art by Scott Koblish. These are guys who worked together on Deadpool before, so a creative team that know each other inside and out. But yeah, good humour to it, I believe. There's some good comedy to it. There's over-the-top insanity, kaiju fights, giant mechs, government overlords, all kinds of good stuff in there. Speaking of horror stuff, we've got Cult of Dracula in, which is described as pure, unadulterated horror drawn from the nightmares of rising horror master Rich Davis. It's witchy, it's weird, it's helter-skelter within a hippie cult dedicated to an ancient blood goddess. You may know Bram Stoker's genre-defining tale of terror by heart, but you have no idea where Cult of Dracula will take you. This is the entire 6-issue miniseries there. Also back in stock is Grimm Volume 2, Devils and Dust. Grimm, of course, is one of my favourite series, running with Boom Comics at the moment. Stephanie Phillips writing, Flaviano on art, and this contains issues 6 to 10, and we've got the first volume, issues 1 to 5 in the Boom section. New printing for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid, which was a pretty definitive Power Rangers event. Kyle Higgins, Ram Parrott, Daniel DiNiculo, tons of great creators involved in this. This covers Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 25 to 30, the Free Comic Book Day special, and also Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid number 1. New one in here this week. Don't think it's a new comic, but it's new to us, which is called Hangman. This actually looks really cool. It is written by Frank Thierry, quite well known for writing the likes of Harley Quinn, Deadpool, stuff like that. Wolverine as well. They say that the Hangman is nothing more than an urban legend, a spooky story told to scare criminals straight. But those who encounter him, like Hitman Mike Mineta, no different. They know when the Hangman comes for you, you're already dead. a tale of horror, supernatural, and the violence. I did say I was focusing on the spooky season. Next up, we got all the volumes back in stock of Cyberpunk, so 4 so far collected. Weirdly, 2 of them are trade paperbacks and 2 of them are hardcovers. I don't know where the decision was made there. But you've basically got Big City Dreams, Where's Johnny, Your Voice, and Traumatized all in one. Speaking of Harley Quinn, we have the next volume of Harley Quinn in trade paperback form, which is Harley Quinn Keepsake. Again, Stephanie Phillips, writer of Grimm there, doing this, Riley Rossmo on art. This covers Harley Quinn 7 to 12 of the most current run, and also the Harley Quinn Annual. This is one I'm looking forward to reading myself. I didn't catch this in single issues, but I've heard really good stuff on it. It's called Hell to Pay. It's by Charles Soule and local artist Will Sliney. The Shrouded College will give you magic, but you'll incur a debt. Married couple Maya and Sebastian Stone took that deal and have worked for the college ever since, using their new abilities to track down 666 cursed coins known as the Devil's Dollar. Only a few coins are still out there. The stones are almost free, but the devil's in the details. Hellboy meets Indiana Jones, it's described as. That sounds great. More horror for you, which is I Hate This Place, Volume 2. This was a really cool series about the haunted grounds around a cabin in the woods. It was 2 volumes in total. This is the second volume, which finishes the story off. Issues 6 to 10 out this week. Next up, we have New Mutants Epic Collection, which is subtitled The Demon Bear Saga. Don't call them X-Babies anymore. This covers New Mutants 13 to 31 and the annual number 1. This was 1984 and 1985. And this was when Bill Sienkiewicz went on to New Mutants and pretty much transformed the whole title. You've also got the likes of Chris Claremont involved, Sal Buscema, tons of great guys there. We have Rick and Morty, the first compendium that has been released. This is a new release this week, collecting the first 15, I believe, issues. Yep, Rick and Morty issues 1 to 15, which is basically the first 3 story arcs, which is the Wubba Lubba Dub Dub is Wall Street, Ball Fumbler Special, and Ready Player Morty, all collected in one edition for you Rick and Morty fans. Back in stock is Dex Old Dog. We've talked about it before. We're big fans of it. I should have mentioned last time when we got this in, and it's the reason why I'm trying to keep it in stock at the moment. Deck basically said that the first printing will be the $10 price point, so the £9 price point for the first 6 issues. After that, I believe that when they do a second print, it's going to go up in price. So now's the time to nab that while you can. We'll have new Sonic the Hedgehog in graphic novel form, which is Seasons of Chaos, published through IDW Comics. Originally published in the celebratory Sonic the Hedgehog 30th Anniversary Special Deluxe Edition. 4 fantastic tales for Sonic the Hedgehog. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the Illyrian Enigma. This was a 5-issue miniseries, I want to say. And this is set between seasons 1 and 2 of the series Strange New Worlds. New Star Wars this week, which is Star Wars Darth Vader. We're up as far as volume 7. So Greg Pak, I believe, continuing to write Darth Vader in the modern Marvel era. This collects issues 33 to 36, plus Darth Vader number 3. So that obviously is going to include some Dr. Aphra in there, as Star Wars Darth Vader 3 was first appearance of Dr. Aphra. X-Force is up next. This collects X-Force 39 to 42. We're up to volume 7 here now in Benjamin Percy's X-Force. A couple of ones for all age readers. We have Diana and the Hero's Journey. This is a brand new original graphic novel by Grace Ellis. She does a range of these. I think we got a Superman one in last week. So we're on to Diana now. It takes a village to raise a warrior, and the Amazons have had their hands full with Diana. So original graphic novel there. We have Clementine Book 2. So this of course comes from the Telltale Walking Dead series. Book 1 was quite some time ago. Tilly Walden does these. And this is now volume 2, which is going to be a trilogy in total, I believe. Back in stock is James Tynion and Michael Dialnis's Wind. It's 3 volumes so far. I did order all 3 volumes. All 3 volumes on the invoice, but I'm sure you can guess what happened to volume 1. But volume 2 and volume 3 are in, and volume 1 should be in next week. Cracking fantasy series, this, and again, really good for all ages. Back in stock are the only 2 Batman One Bad Days that we had sold out of, which was Batman One Bad Day Bane and Batman One Bad Day Ra's al Ghul. Joshua Williams and Howard Porter on this one. I believe it was Tom Taylor, and Ivan Rice on Ra's al Ghul. They were 2 of the best ones as well. The Bane one in particular was a personal favourite. Half Past Danger 2, Dead to Rights, one of the greatest titles ever in the history of comics, Dead to Rights. I've always pitched this as Indiana Jones meets Jurassic Park. Brilliant book, local artist and writer Stephen Mooney. This is Half Past Dangerous, this is volume 2. And then we finish off, I was really glad to get some of these back in stock because these go out of print all the bloody time. Black Sad, This is by the team of Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo Garnido, and this is fantastic. Imagine Chinatown, any hard-boiled detective noir book, but the world that they live in is all animals as humans. So, and they all have the traits of what an animal would have. So like a snake is sneaky, you can't trust them. A cat is the private eye because cats are curious. It is one of the most lovingly drawn, gloriously produced graphic novels of all time. I'm a huge, huge fan of this. This is the very first volume of it, Blacksad, but then they recently returned with the first part of a new series, which is Blacksad, They All Fall Down. So this is part 1, part 2 is due, I think, early next year. And again, I really cannot recommend these enough. I mean, the art in these are absolutely phenomenal. The detail, the care, the attention, so cinematic. Genuinely one of my favorite books of all time. So yeah, as I say, quite a lot in this week to say the least. All going on to the shelves this week for New Comic Book Day. Check back to the channel later and you'll see the new single issues out this week. We'll stick a different video up for that. And in the meantime, I hope this proved useful and entertaining enough as ever. So I look forward to seeing you in the store throughout the week, and I hope you're staying safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take it easy.